Welcome back. Today is going to be the third episode in a series, which I can't believe this is a series now, of studying abroad in Seoul. Just like the previous installments in this series, this video is going to be broken up into a couple of components. Here they are. Timestamps are in the description if you want to skip ahead, feel free to. This all started about a year ago. I had just come back from doing Rolling Korea and Record Factory for 2 months in Seoul, and I was just ready to do nothing for a while. This person DM'd me and they told me, hey, have you heard of GoGoHanguk? And I was like, no, I haven't. And they let me know that basically it's like this website. They do study abroad programs through universities. And immediately that piqued my interest. I pulled up their website and I saw that they had multiple universities that they did programs through, both Konkuk University, Konkuk University in Seoul, and then a couple of universities in Busan as well. As I was scrolling through their website, I quickly realized that their prices were per quarter and they were not bad. Not bad to say the least. I decided to shoot them an email and just dig a little. And pretty quickly I got an email back and it says, hi Leslie, thanks for contacting GoGoHanguk. My name is, another name of my advisor, and I'll be happy to assist you. I see you wish to start during September 2024 and study for 1 term, about 3 months, at Konkuk. The application won't be due until June of 2024, so you have plenty of time to prepare. Here's more information about how the process works in full. First, we send the application and required documents by email. 2, after you filled out all the information and collected the required documents, please email everything to us. Do not forget to let us know what accommodations you would like as well, because they also do accommodations. 3, we check your forms and documents and request an application fee. 4, after everything is checked and 100% okay, we will send an application to the school. 5, the school approves your application and issues you an invoice for the tuition. 6, after paying the tuition, you are confirmed as a student. Step number 7, arrive in Korea. They concluded the email by letting me know, hey, it's kind of early for the application process and all of that, but I'm gonna send you all the information. Let me know if you have any questions. After sorting everything out, I decided to go September 2023 instead of September 2024, and I was gonna go for 3 months. Originally it was gonna be 6 months, but then I cut it down to 3, so just 1 term instead of 2. In the end, I had to fill out 2 forms, a personal information, the application, medical history checklist, and an intro page. That wasn't really a form I had to fill out, I just had to write a paragraph about myself. Also, if you wanna go for more than 3 months, you have to get an alien registration card. I don't got information because I didn't do that shit, so you know what I'm saying? But they will help you out with that, so 걱정하지 마. After turning in those documents, I received the invoice through PayPal. It was $135 for the application fee. A few months later, I had to send in a proof that I had the money to be able to pay the tuition itself. So it was a bank statement of the month when I was going to send the tuition payment, because I had asked if I can send it earlier, but they said no, you need to send it, I think, a few months later, which was in June. I had to do that, and I also paid the tuition around that time. After fine-tuning the details and getting all my documents aligned and everything, I ended up finalizing the booking by sending in the payment. I also ended up adding in an airport transfer because ain't no motherfucking way in hell I was gonna carry all those maletas from Incheon to Seoul. That was not happening. And also I was going with my friends, so I ended up booking a ride for 2 people. For 1 person, it would have been 94. For 2 people, it was 135 from Incheon to Seoul. About a week before flying to Seoul, they asked me for my contact information and added me to a group chat with all of the freshmen. On there, they gave us information about what the placement test was gonna look like, when and where it was gonna be. So both of these exams were online. They give you a student ID and like the login and everything, so you can access the student portal on the Konkuk University website. There was like a placement exam tab, and then there was the second exam, which was gonna be done via Zoom. So unfortunately, I wasn't gonna be able to do the oral exam in the allotted time because I was literally gonna be in the airport at that time. So I texted them and I was like, hey, is it okay we reschedule it, do it maybe a little earlier because I'm gonna be in the airport and I don't think I'll be able to take the test. And they said, yeah, sure, we can reschedule it. And I did it, I wanna say like 5 hours before I had to go to the airport. After that exam, I wanna say like a day or 2, a few days later, something like that. They sent in the group chat, once again, the Froshy group chat, a document, and on there you can see what class you were gonna be in and what time that class was gonna be. So the way that this was divided is that levels 1 and 2 were gonna be in the afternoon classes. It was gonna be what, like around 1:50 to 5:30. And then the morning classes, which was the more advanced group, which is levels 3 and 4, was gonna be around 9 to 1, something like like that. So there was morning classes and afternoon classes, and that was a set schedule. It wasn't like you got to alternate. No, it was levels 1 and 2 afternoon, 3 and 4 mornings. So I was like, okay, great. No tengo que andar madrugando. That's a win. Although my day's gonna be cut in half, but you know what? Prefiero no madrugar. So I will cut my losses. We're doing this. So I had about 2 days of class, and then orientation just in the morning, and then class in the afternoon. It was this whole thing. I really thought they were gonna do orientation and then school, but no, it was school 3 days in, and then boom, orientation. So that was that. I was told to bring some of my documents over to orientation, the application, my personal letter, like all of these things, but I ended up not needing any of that. They also give you a whole bunch of like freebies. They give you notebooks, stickers, a tote bag. It was just kind of like a welcome, guys. And so yeah, that was orientation. School starts. I go, I get the rundown. Hello, welcome in. This is the class, and we go right into the class. After that first class, they told us that we needed to go to the bookstore to get our textbooks, and here they are. We got 2. It was the 2-1 and 2-2, and this also included the workbook. It was about $34.49, so like 50,000 won at the bookstore. And this was in building, I want to say 22, because it was like this whole thing. The campus was so big, mostly because I have never really been on a university campus. We were in class. They handed us a parante, which is a blue book, where it was kind of like review and homework, and it's like a mixture of things, and we had to pay for that in class too. So basically she handed you the book, and then she was like 10,000 won, and I was like, okay. I was more kind of like surprised because I didn't know that I had to buy a book from the teacher, right? You'd think you would get all of your books at the bookstore, but that was just me. Good thing I had like billetes sueltos. About 2 months later, I emailed GoGoHanguk and I was like, hey y'all, can I book a airport transfer back from Seoul to Incheon? And they're like, yeah, sure, 94 bucks, paid it. Done, peace of mind. I'm gonna break down the price, and y'all gotta keep one thing in mind. This does not include accommodation. This does not include accommodation. I never take the accommodations that are offered to me. The only time I did that was when I was in EF, because I was completely new to travel in Korea. So I said, fuck it, just put me in Travel's Lodge. I don't care. But this time it does not include it. That clear? Cool. Okay, so this price includes tuition, application fee, insurance, and airport transfer both ways. This does not include the books. I should probably add that on. Plus the books. Okay, so that is a total of $1,890 with 83 cents. About 2,000 bucks. 2,000 bucks for 3 months in Korea for school and all of that shit. There you go. That is the price that I got from Konkuk University. 1 quarter semester, 3 months. No accommodation. I just gotta make that very motherfucking clear. On to the location. So this is actually the reason why I picked Konkuk. Trust me, I pick everything for no fucking reason at all. There was a couple of universities on that list. I think it was like Hanyang University, Dongguk University, Konkuk University. There might have been others, but the only reason I picked Konkuk University was because the second time I was in Seoul, I was just on the metro. I was on line 7, and I just saw a lot of lights, and I went outside, and I was like, wow, what is this place? And it was Konkuk, and then when I saw that that was an option, I chose Konkuk. Okay? That's it. It was literally just because one day I got off the train on a whim, realized it was a university, and then this time I saw the university. I was like, I recognize that, and I went. This location is a university. It is not a hapwon, so it is huge. It is, well, at least in my eyes, bitch. I have never been to a university. I barely know like 1/4 of my community college, and I've been in there for like over a year because I only ever do sports. So this was big for me, who only knows these 4 walls, okay? So this university was pretty big, and also since it's a university, there's like a little shopping street, there's a lot of restaurants and cafes. There was a study cafe that I never went to because I'm such a bubble. Anyway, and there was like 4 or 5 mega coffees around the area. There was a lot of shit. It is a university. Also, across the street, there's like a mall type thing. It's like Star something. I don't know the name too well, but there is a movie theater. There is a giant E-Mart. There's a lot of shit to do. You're probably not gonna get bored. And this area is also where line number 7 and line number 2 intersect. So in case you don't know, line number 7 is the dark green line, and line number 2 is the light green line, which is kind of like right in the center of all of Seoul. It's also got like little It's just like one of the main lines. It is a very well-connected area in my uneducated opinion. There's a lot of buses there. There's those 2 main lines, and yeah, you can pretty much get there in a lot of different ways. So it's a cool location. I like it. It was interesting. As for the classes themselves, it is Korean only. So that shit was chaotic as fuck because my class was pretty much divided right down the middle. It was Vietnamese, Mongolian, like 2 Japanese girls, a girl from Spain, and me. So I heard a lot of Vietnamese and Mongolian, even though the teachers a cada rato andaban diciendo, stop talking in a different language. Y'all better be talking in Korean. Only Korean. So that was quite the adjustment because it was just Korean. Whereas like in Rolling Korea or in EF, I can get away with talking more English whenever I wanted to like get people to understand me and something I was trying to say. Here it was strictly Korean, so keep that shit in mind. Throughout the class day, since it's like, I want to say like 4 hours, some give or take, you get breaks in between. It's like 40 minutes a break, 60 minutes a break, 50 minutes a break. There is a schedule. You get 3 breaks and then you're off. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you get 1 teacher, and then Tuesday and Thursday, you get a different teacher. If you guys want more information on the day-to-day, you guys can check out this video. I have both a vlog and an actual explainer video where I run down the whole day, and another video where you guys kind of just follow along with my day. So if you guys want to check any of that out to get more in-depth on day-to-day, y'all can check that out, link in the description. Every day we had a thing called 받아쓰기, which basically means receive and write. The teacher would read out a sentence and you just had to write down whatever you understood. A lot of times it was practicing the grammar and vocabulary from the previous day, and so that's how that would work. You'd get it read out twice, then you turn it in, and then you'd get it back throughout the day. Every 3 to 5 lessons, we'd get a like unit test kind of thing where they just tested you on your grammar and vocabulary of those 3 to 5 lessons. We also had to do 2 presentations. One was in the beginning of the quarter, the second was at the end of the quarter, and I think one of them was, at least the ones that I did, was places that I've traveled to and then things I've done in Korea. There is a range of different options that you can choose, but you have to write out your presentation, send it in, and then make a PowerPoint slide, and you gotta memorize it. I did not memorize that shit. But that's just how it goes, and you have to present it in front of the class. I don't know how it would go if you would tell them that you don't want to present it in front of the class. I don't know if there's accommodations. There probably is if you don't want to do that type of thing. I say just talk to the professor, let him know, see if you can work something out. This is the first book. We finished this, then we did midterms, then we finished the second book, and then we did finals. The first couple of days were review. Then the last couple of days was written exam, reading exam, listening exam, and the final day was an oral exam. And for the oral exam, the whole day was allotted to just oral exam. Everybody just had to come at their allotted time. It was like about 10 minutes. You'd go, do the exam, and then you're free to go. You're done. Konkuk also offers extracurriculars. I saw that they had K-pop classes, both like beginner and more advanced, as well as Taekwondo. So if you want to do these, you would just go to the front office, let them know which one you want to enroll in, you pay, and then you just go to wherever they tell you. In conclusion, did I like it? Yeah, I liked it. I think it was mostly because my goal was to learn as much Korean as fast as possible. I avoid social interaction like the plague. So this was a dream come true. I'd go to class, I'd take the notes, do the work, come home, relax, study. Like, it was a good thing for me. It worked for me. I think it just depends on what you are looking for. If you want hardcore studying, learning as fast as possible, I'd say go for this type of program. Whereas if you want to learn while also being social and also being part of the community, maybe a Hagwon would be better for you. I think it just depends on what your goals are, what type of person you are, and what you are looking for, basically. And final note on accommodations. I do not book accommodations through the school. I have only done that one time and I will not do it ever again. I will only book accommodations through Airbnb. I like having control over that type of thing, and I have certain standards as to what I want and where I want it and certain areas that I'd rather live in. So since I'm very particular in that type of thing, I'd rather just book my own accommodation. It has worked for me. It might not work for everybody, but that is how I roll. There you go. That was my experience in using GoGoHanguk to study Korean in Konkuk University. If you guys want to see me compare 2 different Hagwons, you guys can check out this video where I compare EF to Rolling Korea, which one is better. and this one over here if you guys are interested in knowing more about the day-to-day in my life in Konkuk University. So if you guys have any questions, any specifications, feel free to drop them in the comments or DM me on Instagram. The thing is, I'm not really on Instagram, so it might take a minute for me to see it, but I will get to it eventually. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you. Bye-bye.